Good morning, everybody. Saturday morning, I don't know what the date is, 5th of January, 4th or 5th. Little bit of a different video. I've got these things and I was wondering if anybody has any idea of whether they're valuable to me, whether I could exchange them for money, which would be nice. It would go to the kids, or what I should do with them, because I'm not sure where they came from initially. They're in the garage at the other house, and brought them here with us because not sure whether they're worth any money. And obviously don't want to throw them away because they are a little piece of history. And what they are is, if you can see, that is BSA, copy turning and lathe machinery. Now the BSA works in Birmingham. They made all the parts for the I think the Spitfire, the bombers, and they were heavily targeted by the Germans during the war because of the work that they were involved in. We've got Triumph Motor Company, plant number, date, 1967, 1986. We've got things from the railway, off the old trains, the old steam trains, plant number and serial number, something from machine number, whatever it is, the Air Ministry in the UK, J. Archdale and Company, Birmingham, not sure what they did, British Motor Corporation, BMW, war finish, the end of the war. This, made in the United States of America. This one is Ministry of Supply. This machine is the property of Her Majesty's government, with a number. Jaguar, Daimler, machine numbers again, Daimler. Oh, that one's loose. Some ladder company. There's loads of them, and they're all to do with sort of end of the war. All of these companies. That's a very old one, and I can't even read what it says on there. War finish, plant number, serial number, and I'm sure that somebody, I mean that one's a great one, and that one, I'm sure that somebody would be so pleased to have these. I don't need them. They're just taking space up in my house. Well, not a lot of space, but I'll tell you what happened. I had them leaning off the laundry room. There's another little room for coats. So I had this in there, and it had inadvertently, it had fallen, like it just did. It had slipped, and it was leaning against a pipe going into the downstairs lavatory and cracked the pipe. So now I've got to, which is why I've got it out, now I've got to get the plumber to come out and repair it. And the cost is, I think it's £60 an hour, or part hour. So if he's here for an hour and 15 minutes, it's going to cost me £120, plus parts, not sure what else, I'm sure there was something else. Anyway, so this has cost me a bit of money. But yes, it would be nice. Plymouth, England, that's off an old railway carriage. So is that one. Loads of war finishes. They must have been made especially. But as I say, I don't really want them. I don't want them. If I can get some money for them, great. Um, if not, and if they're not genuinely not worth anything, then I would be willing to give them to somebody who's going to appreciate them. Because it is a little piece of history, but, it's just clutter to me, really. And my children don't want them, I did ask them. But I'm wondering why that one's there, United States of America. War finish. So, yeah, if anybody's got any ideas about if and what this stuff might be worth, I'd be grateful if you'd let me know, because it's a little piece of history. It's quite unique, really. It's on this old board, but I mean, if somebody had them, they're screwed in very old screws, or nails. So I think that probably it would all have to be, stay on the same board, but it would all have to be sort of refinished properly. And that would be a nice addition to anybody's little bit of history collection. And as I say, if it's worth money, then obviously I want the money. If it's not worth money and there's a genuine person who would like it, in the UK, I'm not going to ship it, they'd have to collect it, then, I'd be willing to get rid of it that way. I don't know where the time's gone this morning. It's just flown. So I'm sort of getting ready again to go and see Alfie. I've got to do my hair and stuff. And my son and my granddaughter and my daughter and my grandson will be there. Then hopefully I'm going to get to come straight back home. And there's 2 videos I'd like to do, both of which I've mentioned. One, which was prompted by the lady who lost her husband just before Christmas, and the feelings of loss, being distraught, heading towards a major depression probably. People use that word quite commonly. If they're feeling a little bit down or a little bit low because of a certain circumstance, and they say they're depressed. But when you're really depressed, it's a lot more than that. I know it's a lot more than that. I've suffered from depression. And they say it's suppressed anger for whatever reason. And it isn't something that can be shaken off lightly. It's the difference, if you like, between having a sniffle and having pneumonia. Being actually clinically depressed is a major condition that you don't get over just like that. So I wanted to do that video. And also a further video about nursing homes in general, and touching on our story in particular. As I've said, both of those topics deserve plenty of time given to them, so they're not going to be rushed and they're going to be thought through, and hopefully, I'll come back with something worthwhile. I will say that for myself, having the deep love of Alfie, knowing that he loves me, he always has, is a massive, massive plus in my life. I think a life without love is like a life without sunshine. So, thought for today. Appreciate yourself. Appreciate yourself. Don't beat yourself up over the little things. There's plenty of people around who'll do that for you, believe me. I'll be back later, and if anybody's got any ideas about this, did you see it properly? Quite heavy. Then, you know, I'd appreciate knowing, as I say, I'd like money for it if it's worth something, and if not, I'll give it to somebody who's going to get joy from it, you know, who's going to want it and look after it. I'll be back later. Have a great Saturday, everyone. Bye-bye.